The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. A great show ahead today. As always, joined by my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. You'll see in a minute.
Business.
You are a dog owner, as am I. We both love pets, so this show is important to us. It is the best pet businesses in Central Florida, and we found some great ones, including a place that we actually go to and know pretty well.
We actually, yeah, we do.
What is your problem today? What
We
did
actually
I do to you?
go there, yeah.
It's like since this morning you've been like this.
No, I'm just excited about this episode. I love my fur babies.
Stella.
And Brocco.
And Brocco.
Yes.
Our dogs. We love them very much, of course.
They're pretty great.
They are great. But when it comes to handling your pet, they're like children. They really are. So the places that you take your pet, whether it's boarding, grooming, very important stuff.
Oh, 10 out of 10. You have to be able to trust them because they are, looking after your fur babies.
Absolutely. And that is why today it is Best Pet Business. Here's what we'll do. Very quick break. When we return, the best pet businesses in all of Central Florida.
The Best of Central Florida, Makaila's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
So I honestly am like a very proud fur mama. I have 2 amazing fur babies, and honestly, if I'm gonna send them away for the day, away from mama, I have to send them somewhere that I trust. And honestly, it's no surprise here. Makaila's Choice for favorite pet business are my friends over at Hounds Town. I am joined by the owner, Paige Allen. So happy to have you back again.
So glad to be back.
Honestly, Paige, like what you guys are doing over at Hounds Town makes me so happy. Like as we've talked about in the morning, I'm like, Stella, you want to go to Hounds Town? And she like freaks out.
Yeah.
And not a bad freak out. It's like the best freak out ever. No, she can't wait. And when I walk in the door, I walk in and everyone knows the pet's name. They greet you. Tell us a little bit about your staff that greets you.
Yeah, so we've got great staff, and I think they get personalized with all the animals, as well as the parents. But they love the dogs just like they're their own. So
it's that level of trust. I mean, they know you, they know your pet. You're putting them in good hands when you do leave them for the day. And honestly, sometimes when I pick up Stella, she's sad to leave. And I'm like, come on,
she's
really?
not done yet.
Yeah.
No, but tell us a little bit about the services that you offer at your location.
Yeah, so we're a doggy daycare and boarding facility, all day play, or they can stay overnight if you're going away. We do always recommend some daycare prior to boarding, and then they're familiar with the facility. And then we do some grooming to, clean them up after playing and staying. So.
Yeah, they definitely play hard.
Yes,
and
not so droll.
So tell maybe the people watching, some facilities, have the all-day play and others don't. And I really love the all-day play aspect, so they're not like locked in a cage at any point.
Yeah, so even the boarders go there. We have townhomes that they stay in, so they're not in a cage. And we kind of let the dogs self-regulate. So they're playing all day. They take breaks when they need it, and so they, get all the fun out.
Yeah.
All the energy.
It's helpful.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I mean, some of the benefits of daycare, obviously getting the energy out, socializing. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
The socializing is a big part, getting energy out. And then, a lot of people are going back to work, so dogs sometimes get anxiety being home alone. It's great that they're, with dogs or, getting the human love as well. So
Definitely.
When parents are away.
For sure. I mean, that love, like with other dogs, is great, but mama loves her girl. And speaking of, there's a private Facebook group that is very exciting.
Yes, so that's where all the good stuff is. All the pictures, videos. We have parents that have made, relationships and planned play dates in the Facebook group. All our monthly specials are there. Any events coming up. Like last month, we sponsored Pints and Paws. and we gave away tickets to that event. So all the good stuff is on the Facebook page.
Definitely. And another thing that I love and get excited for personally is you do like events for the dogs, which
Yes,
is
so like our themed
really
parties.
cute. Yeah, tell us
So
about
those
that.
are great. We do a few a year. We'll take a picture of the dogs with a backdrop. We get the pools out, the bubbles, all of it, and they have a great time.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. Speaking of great times, you are opening a new location because
Yes.
things are going so great.
So we are opening, right now we're in Sanford, Lake Mary area, and then our second location will be in Winter Park, opening hopefully July. So.
Very exciting, very exciting. So what made you want to, get into this business?
I love animals and dogs and just had a passion for it. And I was, how do I do this, day to day and not have 100 dogs in my home? And then I found Hounds Town and it was the perfect fit.
Definitely. I mean, it's a place where you can send your dog, you trust the staff, you trust that they're going to have a great day. I mean, the different size, like play areas for different size dogs,
Yes.
important. So your little dog's not with like the big.
Right. And so a lot of people, want siblings to be together, but if there's a big size difference, just for safety, we do separate them by size, temperament, energy, personality. So we've got a calmer group that just kind of want to hang out with each other, and then we've got like our big, hyper, crazy.
Like Brocco's group.
Yes, my
Yes.
dog's a little smaller than Stella. That's fine. He's a bit older. He's a great grandfather at this point, I think.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. And the grooming. I mean, I love when they have like
Yes.
the baths and all that
So
stuff.
they can get dirty playing. We do offer bathing, nail trims, ear cleaning, all of that to send them home fresh and clean.
Yeah, all the things that I don't want to do. Like I don't want to do the nails and the ears.
I end up getting a bath usually, so
Right.
it's nice to have someone else to be able to.
What I like
help.
is that first visit. So, especially for someone who hasn't sent their dog to a doggy daycare, they can come in and really get a feel for you and the experience that their dog's going to have.
Yeah, so we do a temperament evaluation for all the dogs that come to the facility, and it's just to make sure that it's a good fit for you and a good fit for us. And we also give everyone a free day of daycare
That's pretty awesome.
with that evaluation, to try it out.
Yes, well, and then the packages. I know I love the packages because I bring our dogs there all the time, and it's pretty great. So,
Yeah,
but
it's a way to give you a discount. So.
yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, and we keep coming back. So, but
Paige.
do yourself a favor, Paige. Again, Hounds Town. If you want to have a place for your doggy to go and have the best time ever, check out Hounds Town. We'll be right back with the People's Choice after this short break.
Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank
the
you.
roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything. When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida, but the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah, free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting.
The Best of Central Florida, People's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
You have spoken, the people have spoken. The People's Choice for Best Pet Business goes to dog training now. It's Beyond the Leash dog training. How are you, Kim? Good to see you. And Bodie's here as well.
Yes, thanks for having us.
What is Beyond the Leash? What does that mean?
So Beyond the Leash is a dog training company, and we do everything from, puppies through therapy dogs, but it's definitely like one of those companies where we're multifaceted and just do all sorts of things with dogs.
My understanding is Bodie might have had some of your tutelage as well, and quite well behaved.
Yes, thank you.
Well-trained,
Yes.
Who calls Beyond the Leash?
So normal pet parents, so anyone with a dog from puppies age, 8 months old, and then even up to seniors who want to just do something more for the community and maybe have their dog be a therapy dog like Bodie.
Yep.
So any pet parent really.
I love it. What are some of the unique services, would you say, at Beyond the Leash for pet owners and the community in general?
I think some of the unique things are things like where we have drop-off services, so they can drop off Monday through Friday, so the owner doesn't have to necessarily be 100% involved, and then group training classes, private lessons, and then we have a fun little thing called a therapy lounge where the community can come in and just spend time with Bodie and decompress, things that we offer in the hospitals normally, but now we have it on site, for the whole community to enjoy.
I love it. Where are you located? Where do I come see you?
We're downtown Orlando at Gore Street and Lucerne.
Got it. Well, you guys are doing such a great job there.
Thank you.
And how old is Bodie?
Bodie's actually 4.
4.
So well behaved.
Bodie's-
before, my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Bodie's like very chill, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Can you turn any dog into Bodie or no?
Most of them with a lot of hard work, but this has taken a lot of time, a lot of patience, and he knows that this is a job for him. So he's on cue right now to be calm, be well behaved, and he knows it. So
Let's say I just got a new dog, 10 weeks old, up to a year old, whatever. How do I know it's time to come see you at Beyond the Leash? How do I know it's time for dog training?
we recommend that you start dog training as soon as you get a dog into the new
Really?
home. Yep. So even as early as 8 weeks old, which is where they'll let them go from a breeder, we recommend that you reach out. We have plenty of things that you can do even before purchasing a dog or before acquiring a dog, like pre-purchase counseling, so that you just start off on the right foot.
How long does this take normally?
I mean, training can last anywhere from a couple months to just get a really well-behaved, well-mannered house dog. And then we have clients that come to us for 10 years just doing the fun stuff like agility, dock diving. We have a dock diving pool.
Really?
So, yeah, so all the
do that.
sports, all the pet therapy. So we have, like I said, people that have 10-year-old dogs that just keep coming for the fun.
How does it work? So how do I get started? How do you make sure my dog is okay? How do I get acquainted with Beyond the Leash?
Yeah, so you can call or email us, and we start off with an evaluation. So the first day is an evaluation. The dog gets to know us, we get to know the dog, and then we really recommend the services that are best for what you want as a client and what the dog really needs.
And do I stay there during this training, or do I drop my dog off and leave? How does that work?
We have all different options. So we have options for private training where we can come into the home, group classes where it's more of a group environment where we teach like levels of dogs. And then we also have private lessons with the owner, drop-off services like day camp during the day, except for that they get dropped off, trained, and then picked back up at the end of the day. They're nice and tired, they have lots of enrichment, and the dogs just, they love coming in those doors.
You must have so many great stories of a dog owner, a pet owner who loves their pet, but they just can't control their pet.
Yes.
They come see you at Beyond the Leash, and after some time training, they have a well-behaved dog. You have stories like that, I bet.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. And most of it with the dogs is just that we're doing a lot of enrichment and a lot of engagement. So we have jobs, we have things to do during the day, and the dogs need something to do to really get that energy out. And we provide that in a super safe environment where the dogs just, again, it's like school. They get to go, learn something, be productive, and come home at the end of the day feeling really, really complete.
I can feel you love what you do every single day. It radiates from your body how much you love what you're doing, and it really comes across in the animals that you're able to train every single day. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
Any sort of dog training that you need, there's one place to call. It's Beyond the Leash. If you own a home, you need to listen up. I have a special offer for you. Go ahead and get your phone out. I'm putting a QR code on the screen right now. You're going to want to swipe it because windows and doors, one of the most important parts of your home for sure, and there's one place to call. if you have any issues with your windows or doors, and that's Renewal by Anderson, joined as always by Dan Brigman. Dan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Justin. How are you today?
And for the first time, not his television debut, I'm hearing Eric Clay is here. Eric, how are you, sir? Welcome.
Great, Justin. Thanks.
So windows, a lot of people don't know they need them. They don't know how important they are to the house. What you do is real design consulting for people at home who think maybe it's time I get my windows updated, but this is a free service. You go to their house. How does that work, Eric?
Well, basically what we'll do is we'll set up a consultation. We'll go into their house. We'll look and see what your current windows look like. And if if we see some issues that maybe we want to take a look at and investigate a little further, then what we'll do is we'll see if we have something that will work out better for your solution. Such as you could have a single pane window. We want to go ahead and upgrade and get you more energy efficiency.
And it's not just energy efficiency, which is huge, especially with the electricity bills now, but also they look so much better.
Way better. So there's not a better looking window than a Renewal by Anderson window on the market.
And some people, Dan, are concerned about maybe the cost. Your costs are incredibly competitive with the windows you're selling, but also you offer programs for making the payment very easy.
Absolutely. Look, payment is, we don't want payment to be a reason that you do not purchase windows from us. As a matter of fact, the energy savings, the real estate value gain on this, but at the end of the day, windows are essentially free these days. Yeah.
Dan, always a pleasure to see you. Eric, great to meet you. You better come back and see us as well. Here's the deal. These windows pay for themselves. It's going to save you every month on your electricity bill. No interest, easy payments. Renewal by Anderson.
The best of Central Florida, Justin's Choice, is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
And finally today, it is time for my favorite portion of the program. It's Justin's Choice. And Justin's Choice for Best Pet Business goes to our wonderful friends over at D Pets Grooming. Happy to be joined by Jose, Adalia, Anna, maybe more importantly, Chloe and Duke are here as well. Man, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You guys are doing an amazing job over at D Pets.
you.
Tell me about your business. What do you do?
Well, we do cats and dogs. We do full grooming, bath, mini groom. We offer, different services.
Got it. Who comes there? Who is your perfect customer? Is it someone who is going to a dog show, someone who just wants their dog to look good? Who comes to see you?
Well, the regular dog owner, that they want to make sure that the dog look clean, in shape for, daily situation.
How did you get into this pet grooming business?
Well, my mother started 8 years ago.
Oh, well. How did you get into it?
She actually, since we're little, she's a dog and pet lover. And then she decided at that point of her life, she wanted to do something that she really loves. Not only, to have a living out of it, but something that she really is passionate about.
Right.
And then she's like, why not working with pets?
Of course.
She started on her garage. And then 2 years later, it got so big and, the demand was so huge that she had to open a location.
And I think, you guys are doing so well because it really is a family-run business. And you love dogs, you love animals, but you really treat your dog customers as family as well, don't you?
We do. We love them. Yeah. We make sure that we know every single one, the way they are. And, a very important thing, some of them, they don't really like to do, nails, bath. Yeah. It's not
just
part
like
of
people,
their,
right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not part of their nature, but we make sure that they adapt to it and it's as smooth as possible for them.
And a lot of pet owners, most I think, really truly love their pets like family, and the trust they have to have in you to turn their animals over to you is one that is earned, but it's a trust that you have earned. How have you earned that trust of your customers?
Well, every single dog, again, we make sure that we take proper care of them. We treat as our pets. I do have pets at home, and I always had that problem before having a pet grooming to give them to the others. They don't really talk, so they can, but owners know how they feel. Mm-hmm. So a very special thing for me, and that happens all the time. Thank God, the dogs like to come to us. Right. So whenever they say, let's go to D-Pets, let's take a bath, they run to us, they, greet us, and that's very,
Pets.
impressive.
I had to do it.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
good.
that's for you. I wanted to make you feel better about what
Thank
you've
you.
done earlier in the program
Thanks, I
today.
appreciate it.
Some people are at home watching right now, and they've
Right.
never taken their dog to a groomer, and maybe they feel like, look, I don't know how well my dog's going to behave. They're a little
Okay.
embarrassed.
Okay.
What should I do in that situation? Is it okay to still bring my dog even if I'm a little concerned?
Absolutely, yes. You can visit us, see our facility, and you can introduce your dog to us, and we can start with a bath, for example. You know, it's quick, and they usually don't hate the bath. The most tricky part is more like the nails, cleaning the ears, but we can do it slowly and make sure that the dog, gets used to the service.
And of course, going to the groomer is going to make my dog beautiful, but it's also good for the dog's health.
Absolutely, very, very important. One thing that people don't really realize, and is very interesting, their nails, for example.
Right.
If their nails are long, it could cause back problems on the dogs, because actually the weight is on the paws.
See?
So you want to make sure that the nails are properly trimmed and not, walking properly. If the nails hurt because it's too long, they're gonna start walking like, weird, and it hurts their back.
How often should I bring my dog to see you? What's kind of normal?
Well, ideally, every other week. It's a perfect timing, and you're gonna make sure that you keep your dog clean, smelling good, in shape.
And is it one of those things at D-Pets where I can drop off my dog and come back a few hours later? Do I sit there and wait? How does it work?
You can do actually both.
Okay.
If you feel more comfortable, first visit. If you want to wait while we do the service, yes, absolutely, you can do that. If not, we're gonna give you a call. Usually takes, average 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We call you and you pick your dog up.
I've heard so much amazing things about D-Pets. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank
All
you.
of your customers love you, and your animal customers love you
you
as
so
well.
much.
What a pleasure it was. Keep up the great work.
Thank
I
you.
love to see your growth over there. So nice to
And
meet
look
you.
at that hairstyle.
I know.
mean, that's impressive.
Chloe is that's pretty awesome,
It
you must
is.
say. Duke's cool too, though. Are you
is
more
awesome.
big dog, little dog? What do you
I
think?
love all dogs.
All dogs.
Yes,
but if
but
you
I
had
really
to
like
choose
big
just one,
dogs.
you like big
I
dogs,
like
I
big
can
dogs.
tell. Excellent job as always. This show really was important to us because we are both dog owners. We love our dogs, right?
Yeah, for Baby Mama of the Year. I give myself that award every year.
I mean, I've seen you in action. You are pretty darn good at it today.
I try.
Makaila, wonderful work. Thank you so much. Thank you to our amazing WKMG base crew, the best in the business, right?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
And most importantly, thank you for joining us every week. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.